Welcome back to Insights Now. In this video we will discuss human psyche by Sigmund Freud. According to the renowned father of psychology, Sigmund Freud, the human psyche is comprised of three distinct parts: the ego, the id, and the superego. These terms are derived from Latin and originally meant I, it, and upper I. In his 1915 paper, The Unconscious, Freud used the metaphor of an iceberg to illustrate this triple structure of the mind. The portion of the iceberg above water corresponds to the conscious parts of the mind, while everything beneath the surface is unconscious. The ego is above the water, the id is beneath the water, and the superego is partly conscious and partly unconscious. Each part has its own nature and role within the mind, and the conflicting interests of these three are the driving force of all human conflicts. 1. The id. This is the only one of the three parts that we are born with, and the other two elements develop later out of it. This part of the mind is all nature and no nurture. All the physiological animal drives, impulses, and instincts run wild. The organizing principle of the id is the pleasure principle, which works by what feels good. What society thinks or reality doesn't matter. The id is about desire and pleasure, and everything else is irrelevant. 2. The superego. The counterbalance to the id in the psyche. It is two parts, the conscience and the ego ideal. The conscience is the integrated should and should not of our culture, the moral code internalized from our parents and society. The ego ideal is the inner vision of your best self. Aligning with your ego ideal leads to feelings of pride, value, and accomplishment. The superego is not concerned with instant gratification like the id. This part of the mind turns on long-term thinking, always trying to move you towards what you should be. You can think of the superego as the angel on your shoulder. 3. The ego. The conscious thinking mind that you identify with. It has to serve three masters: the shoulds of the superego, the impulses of the id, and reality. The ego's job is to adjudicate between the many demands in the psyche and the world, casting the deciding vote. The happiest days are when your ego and id are in alignment with reality, and everything moves swimmingly. The journey in life is learning to find a biting point where everyone at the table leaves content. In conclusion, Freud's theory of the human psyche is a complex and nuanced one, with each part playing a distinct role in shaping our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Understanding these parts and their interactions can help us navigate the conflicts and challenges of life more effectively.